All right, shalawam. First, giving all credit to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and a double honors to the apostles and elders of Greatmillstone. All right, y'all know what it is. Y'all clearly see. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this or heard about it already. This more of Eve's foolishness, I should say. This is why we're coming into times where, well, we're already in the time of judgment. As you see, a lot of people are dying left and right. But we're coming into a time more so because what you see going on now, man. This is what you see going on now was it's like a happy day in Disneyland compared to what's about to happen. You know, um, we're coming into some serious, some real heavy times. There's a lot of judgments that are going to be taking place, a lot of things going on. A lot of people will be bugging out, freaking out. Um, but a lot of you, this 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 video is going to be more so towards a lot of you women that are in this type of spirit. All right. The A lot of you women, this league that you have with Esau, which goes way back to the beginning with started off with Eve, and that serpent in the garden. All right. And again, a lot of you are still are still in that league. You're still in that pack with Esau. You know, a lot of you women, you picked the so-called white man over your own people. You turned your back on your own people. You look down upon your own men. You shame your own men. You badmouth your own men, and all of the above. All right. And it's all through the spirit because, nevertheless, the same way these these women are out here, acting a fool, being whores and harlots, and the way that these women, and I'm talking about the Israelite women, the way that they're acting now, the way that they are now, it's more. It's like it's one of those things where it's like because put it like this, the same way our own women have pretty much turned their back on us, pretty much become like one of our biggest enemies, right next to Esau. It's the same way the men of the Lord have treated the Most High. So in a way, um, Slaki, I'm on the job, but anyways, so yeah, pretty much the same way that the our own women treat us is the same way we treated the Lord. So in a way, we're kind of dealing with the Israelite man. We're kind of in a way getting a taste of our own medicine, because like I said, these women out here, man, they're buck wild. They're a bunch of whores, harlots. But again, it's the same way we treated uh, our Lord. So in a way, like I said, we're kind of getting a taste of our own medicine, and I'm gonna go ahead and start off with that. I'm gonna get that in Lamentations. Lamentations, because the men of the Lord, man, um, we're supposed to be different. The Lord compares his men to like fine gold. But what I'm about to get, I'm gonna just go ahead and start it off with Lamentations, the 4th chapter and the 1st verse. It says, "How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter?" So again, um, the Lord compares his men to fine gold, because at the end of the day, the Lord deals with his men. He deals with men, and I'm gonna get into that in this lesson, Lord's will. But so like I said, the Lord compares his men to fine gold, but we 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 commit spiritual fornication. We started going off and worshiping other gods. So that's why I was saying, going back to, how our women, how they're acting, how they're treating us. It's the same way we treated the Lord. So in a way, we're kind of getting a taste of our own medicine. But nevertheless, this lesson is geared towards the women. And going back to this post, took a screenshot. I'm just go ahead and read it. It says, a woman has sparked controversy online after she ripped off the part of the Bible asking wives to be submissive to their husbands and used it to smoke weed. All right, and again, it's just to show you the type of spirit, and the attitude, the reproach that is on our women today. All right, clearly you see what you see going on. Women, they don't want to be submissive, right? Esau has taught our women that you can be equal to or greater than a man. And again, this goes back to the beginning when it talks about how Eve, just go ahead and get it, but when it talks about Eve, how she partook in the tree of good, that tree of good and knowledge, is going into different philosophies. She partook, because that serpent, it wasn't a snake, some snake slithering up a tree and gave her an apple. It's not talking about that. But that's another lesson for another topic for another day. I'm not going to get into that, the whole deep understanding on that. That serpent, it's talking about Esau, the spirit of Esau. Before he was reincarnated as Esau, because reincarnation is in the Bible. But before he was reincarnated as Esau, he had pigmentation. All right. Because it says, and before I get that, I'm gonna get that in Revelations where it talks about, let me just look it up, that old serpent. Revelations 12:9. Who's that old serpent? It's Esau Edom. Okay. Revelations 12:9, it says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So this is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, this is talking about Esau, Edom. All right, which is the physical counterpart of Satan. So that old dragon, that old serpent, that old serpent, right? That was in the garden, which is what I was going to get first, but in Genesis 3:1 it says, now the serpent. Now this is talking about the same serpent in Revelations, which I just read. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahawah thy power had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, had the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Just reading on, it says, for the Most High doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So like I was saying, because this whole thing that women, it's more so our women, our own women, the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian woman, this whole thing that they have with listening to so-called white man, this whole pact that they got, this all goes back to this what I just read in Genesis, the third chapter. All right. And this serpent, again, it's not talking about the physical counterpart. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about his physical counterpart, Esau, Edom. Again, just like he did, or just like he's doing now, presenting her with, this doctrine, this different philosophies, right? Because in Lord's will, I'm gonna get it later on, but the woman in the Bible, she's referred to as the weaker vessel. She's more gullible. She's more prone. Her mind is more prone to these things. That's why this serpent came to Eve. It didn't come to Adam, because if it came to Adam with these different philosophies and whatnot, Adam would have put him in his place, right? So that's why and a lot of times these slicksters and whatnot, they gear more towards women, because again women they're more their minds are more prone to these type of things. They're more prone to believing these things. So that's why like this whole thing that you, like I keep mentioning, this whole thing with our own women and Esau, the so-called white man. Esau teaches that Esau teaches that a woman can be equal to or better than a man, right? Because it tells you in the same book, the book of Genesis, how It tells you how the woman was created as an helpmeet for the man, right? The woman, that word, if you go into the etymology of that word, woman, it just means like a female servant, right? But again, you can't tell a woman that nowadays. And in fact, before Eve was, before her name was changed, before she was given the name Eve, Adam referred to her as woman. Adam, her name, again, before her name was changed to Eve, Adam called her woman. He referred to her as woman because, again, that word, it just means basically a female slave, or not slave, excuse me, servant, right? Because a woman, she's basically created for the man. She's supposed to be subjugated to the man. But again, you can't tell you can't tell a woman that nowadays, because of, again, keep going back to this whole pact that these women have with Esau, and it all goes back to the beginning, which I just read, right? I'm gonna get the book of Colossians, and this is why we gotta beware of these things. I think it's Colossians. What is that at? Let me try 2:8. Yeah, it says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahawashi." So, what's being pushed in this society, this whole feministic vibe that's going on right now, this is of men, and more so this is what Esau teaches, okay? Because Esau has a feminine, he has a feminine type spirit. So that's why this society is geared more towards the women, right? So that's why they teach, and they push that a woman can be better than a man, and all this other nonsense. Well, that's not of Yahawashi, okay? A lot of you women, you walk around here talking to a man any type of way, right? But I bet my top dollar, if Yahawashi was here himself, you wouldn't talk to Yahawashi like that. I guarantee that, right? And we're and this is why a lot of women, they don't like this truth. There's not a lot of women in the truth. A lot of women, they can't accept this doctrine. They don't like this Bible, because as I quoted, the Lord deals with he deals with men. This Bible's geared more towards men. That's not to say women, they don't have their roles. They don't have, they have their roles. They have their place, right? But it's more so in the background. But like I said, Esau has put it in the minds of these women, to pretty much be more than what you are, right? Again, being equal to or greater than a man. Well, that's not of Yahawashi, okay? Because like I said, if Yahawashi himself was here, I guarantee you won't talk to him the way that you talking to, the way that you talk to men now, like that. I guarantee you that's not going to be taking place in the kingdom. I brought this up before. Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. When all hell starts breaking loose, and things really, when things really start getting bad out here, it's going to get real bad. And You know, women, you women, you don't understand, you know, how pretty much, you know, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's gonna you know, basically shake you a lot of you women up, pretty much all you women up. Okay, a lot of you are going to revert back to your natural state of being submissive, being humble, right? You know, you want to act like tough guys now. You know, you walk around here with pride. You know, y'all just pretty much do what y'all want, and you think you're getting away with it because you're not being judged for it right then and there. Well, you know, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's got some things in store for y'all. You know, but like I said, you know, I've said this before. It's prophesied that, you know, 2/3 of Israel, they're not gonna make it on this side, and the majority of the 2/3, it consists of women. You know, and this is it. It's unfortunate because, again, you know, like I said, you know, you women, this is all because, you know, you listen to Esau, right? But you don't understand, because like I said, you know, it's not to say women, you know, you don't mean nothing. It's not to say that you don't have a role to play. You do. You have your roles. You have your place, but, you know, it's more so in the background. And what you don't understand is, you know, the job that you have compared to men, your job is easy. And I'm going to get into that. You know, you have easy, compared to the man, you have easy roles. But, you know, something as simple as being submissive is something you don't want to do. You refuse to do. You know? And it's a shame that what's about to happen has to happen for you to get back to your natural state, you know? Because, again, you know, all you have to do is submit to your man, right? But a lot of you don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and get to, you know, I'm going to get it. What is that? Ephesians chapter 5, I think. Ephesians 5 and Ephesians 5:22, it says, "Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto Yahawashi. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Yahawashi is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Yahawashi, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything." And, you know, like I said, all you have to do is be submissive. You know, all you have to do is listen to your man, right? But again, you know, Esau has put this pride in you, right? To where you think you're better than a man. You know, a lot of you women are walking around here in pride, right? Well, we all know, you know, pride goes before destruction. Eventually, you know, the Lord, because that's one of the things the Lord he hates. He despises pride. You know. But you know, because like I said, you know, the Lord he deals with men. So that's why, you know, Yahawashi said, you know, submitting yourselves unto, you know, the husband, because, you know, the husband, the same way that the church is under Yahawashi. Yahawashi is the head of the church. It's the same way the husband, he's the head of the household. He's the head, you know. But again, you know, a lot of you women, you know, you refuse to you know, accept that. You know, you want to do your own thing. This whole I can do bad all by myself. This whole reproach that you women have, you know, like I said, you know, when things really start getting real out here, you're gonna realize you're gonna need a man, because it's only through a man of the Lord or will you women, you know, make it out of here. And like I said, you know, Lord's why I get into it. You know, I don't want to make this video too long, but you know, let's just see where it goes. You know, from there I'm gonna get to 1 Corinthians 11 and see where I'm gonna start. Verse 3. It says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahawashi, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahawashi is the Most High." So it's a chain of command. It's order. Everything is done in order. You have the Most High, which his name is Yahweh, and under him you have Yahawashi, which is who you ignorantly call Jesus, right? And then under Yahawashi is the man. That's who the Lord deals with. He deals with men. And then, you know, under the men, you know, you have the you know, the family structure, you know. But a lot of you women, you can't even support, you know, you can't support a man. Here it is, a lot of you women, you walk out here bad mouthing the men. But you know, a lot of you women, you don't want to take responsibility for any of your actions. You know, you're quick to blame someone else, right? I'm gonna read on to verse 6. Verse 5, it says, verse 4, it's like it says, "Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head. For that is even all one as if she were shaven." Verse 6, "For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High. But the woman is the glory of the man." So, you know, a woman, she's supposed to be the glory of a man. But here it is, like I said, you know, a lot of you women, you know, a lot of you are out here just, you know, just shameful. A lot of you, the way that a lot of you women talk and carry yourself, and you know what you put on, you know. A lot of you it's a shame. You know, you read about our foremothers, you know, the great women like, you know, Sarah and Rebecca and Ruth, Judith, you know, all these righteous women. You know, but here it is, you know, you women, this is where you come from, but you know, just look at how you conduct yourselves, right? Again, you know, a woman, she's supposed to be the glory of a man, you know. Remember, read on. In verse 8, it says, "For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man." So again, you know, you women, you don't want to hear that. You know, you don't want to be told how a man wasn't created for you. You were created for the man, for a man. But, you know, like I said, and more than likely I'm going to keep bringing it out, you know, you can't say that in today's society because of, you know, what Esau tells you, you know, that you can, you can be bad by yourself and all this other nonsense, right? But again, you know, we're coming into times where you're going to see, you're going to need a man, especially in these times that we're coming into, and not just any man, right? Because a lot of you prefer these drug slinging, pants sagging, wannabe thugs. When first signs of trouble come, you know, they're the first ones to take off, right? You know, a lot of these so-called wannabe thugs, you know, a lot of them end up in prison and even in the grave because a lot of times they were raised by women. So, you know, a lot of times when it comes to decision making, you know, they base their decision process off of emotion. You know, a lot of men are emotional because, again, a lot of men were raised by women, right? And it talks about that in Proverbs. What is that? Proverbs. Let me try it. Proverbs. No, that's not what I was looking for. Which I think I'm gonna get this one too. In Proverbs 9, but I think it's Job. I think 13, 14. Yes, Job 14:1. It says, "Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble." So basically, the best way I can put it is like a mama's boy, right? And, you know, for the most part, we all know how, you know, a mama's boy acts. And, you know, when, you know, they're pretty much raised to be taught off of emotion. Everything's based off of emotion, right? Well, versus a man, you know, you get you a real man, he bases his reasoning off of logic. He makes decisions off of logic. Well, versus a woman, you know, she makes a decision off of emotion. There's a big difference. Like I said, that's why a lot of these Pookie and Ray Rays, you know, end up in jail, in prison, or just straight up dead because, they base their reasoning off of emotion because a lot of them were raised by women, right? But and again, I said a lot of these a lot of these a lot of these guys are in prison, are locked up now in some way, shape, or form. It might be because of a woman, you know, whether it's a just a, what do you call it, just a freaking a guy dealing with some baby mama drama, or whether it's it's like a just a like I said, like a mama's boy. A lot of these guys are in prison because of some way, shape, or form a woman. And if you're paying attention to the news, which I'm sure a lot of you aren't, but if you're paying attention to the news, a lot of these dudes, they're starting to get released. A lot more they're gonna start being released. And you know, they're gonna start coming after you women. A lot, cause like I said, a lot of you women, you've lied, you set guys up, and all type of evil. And a lot of these guys, man, they're gonna start coming after you women. So it's all part of, what the Lord has in store. Because like I said, you're gonna have all hell breaking loose, and you got these pedophiles, being let loose, set out. These people in these crazy homes, they're gonna start letting them out of these crazy homes, or breaking out, or whatever the case may be. A lot of you women, you like to, because the Bible talks about how a woman, she's supposed to be in modest apparel. She's not supposed to be showing off her body parts and things like that. But again, it goes back to the pact with Esau. Esau teaches that to take pride in your body, and you should show your body off and this and that. And so a lot of you women, you let that stuff get to your head. And a lot of you women, you like posting half naked pictures and thirst trapping cats and whatnot. Well, a lot of people, man, they can, these cats, man, they can easily, look up your IP address and get your address and get your information. And like I said, when things start getting real out here, man, they're gonna start coming after you women. And like I said, when that time comes, you're gonna realize quick, you in fact, you need a man. And a lot of you women, you talk bad about the men of the Lord. All right. You've turned down the men of the Lord, right? You scoff at the men of the Lord, right? Because again, the Bible talks about how during that time, well, as I read it earlier, the Lord, he compares his men to gold, fine gold, and gold is something hard to find. So when all hell starts breaking loose and things start getting real out here, there's going to be so much death out here, because like I mentioned earlier, the only way a woman, she's going to be saved is through a man, and you read about that in the ancient times. A woman, she was saved either through her, through her father or through her husband, right? So, there's going to come a point in time where those same men that you rejected and turned down, you talk shit, you scoffed, you mocked, you're going to be looking for those men. And you might come in contact with them. But again, because like I said, a lot of you women, you think that you're entitled. You might go on a date or whatever, and you're sitting there asking questions, and you're like, what can he provide and this and that? What can he do for me? Well, in the ancient world, the woman, she paid tribute. The woman, she provided. She did all the giving and whatnot. She, back then in the ancient world, which is, like I said, what you see going on now, Esau has it, this society, he has this society, geared towards women. But back in the ancient world, everything was geared towards men. It was geared towards the man. So, in today's age, you have, friggin' a man, opening doors for a woman and, pulling out the chairs and all that. Well, like I said, in the ancient world, it was the other way around, right? In the ancient world, it was, what can she do for me, right? And when things start getting bad out here, I always talk about how the script is going to flip. So when all hell starts breaking loose, a lot of you women, you're going to start flocking and looking for a man of the Lord. Because these pookies and ray-rays, these wannabe gangbangers and drug dealers and whatnot, the Lord's going to be killing them off. There's going to be so much death, bodies dropping left and right. But, the men of the Lord and YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's going to make it known in that day who his men are, who he's taking care of. He's going to make it known in that day, you know, who he's dealing with, who the real men of the Lord are, right? But it's not going to be, it's going to be here it is, you have billions and billions of people on earth, but there's only a less than 1% of that. When you read about the in Revelation 7, the whole chapter actually, it talks about the 144,000 men, right? Now 144,000 men out of what, 8 billion people on the earth, that's nothing. All right? It's a very small number, okay? And the Bible talks about, throughout the Bible talks about how, you know, there's going to be cities, you know, like major cities like New York, they're going to have very few people in them, you know. There's going to be like 10 people in one city, you know. So these men of the Lord, you know, they're going to be hard to find, right? But again, you know, you women, you know, you're going to be flocking to these men. In that day, during that time, the men are going to do, they're going to be doing the picking and choosing. So, you know, you just better hope that, you know, a man of the Lord, he picks you. You know, this whole reproach that you women have today, again, you know, all that shit's gonna be thrown out the door. You know, when all hell starts breaking loose, and you start seeing things, you know, going down for real, all that shit's gonna go out the door. A lot of you women, you don't believe in sharing a man. You know, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he backs up. He's about polygamy, okay? He's with a man having more than one woman, multiple wives, as long as she's not with another man. That's a righteous thing in the eyes of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. But a lot of you women don't believe that, because Esau, he looks down upon that. So a lot of you women don't believe in sharing a man. And I'm going to, you know, go ahead and get that in Isaiah chapter 4 and 1. It talks about, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. And 7 is just a representation of completion. It just means completion, right? So a complete hold of women, a complete number of women, they're going to be, you know, taking hold of one man. Because again, during that, it says in that day, talking about Jacob's trouble, and all hell's breaking loose, and you're seeing bodies dropping left and right, and people's heads getting chopped off, and bloods and guts and all type of things, you know, going on that you've never seen before. You're going to be looking for a man for protection. And like I said, you know, during that time, you're going to revert back to your natural state of submissiveness. You know, and during that time of Jacob's trouble, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's going to do some extreme humbling, especially towards you women. You're gonna be seriously humbled during that day, because again, you know, a lot of you are just walking around, you're straight prideful. But I'm reading on, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. So, you know, during that day, like today, you know, you have a lot of, you know, thirsty niggas, you know, all up in your DMs and whatnot. Well, during that day, you know, you're gonna be on the jock of an Israelite man, more so the elect. You know, and as it reads, it says, and wear our own apparel. Or it says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, and take away our reproach. So this whole thing where, like I said, you know, I can do bad by myself, and strong and independent women, and all this shit is going, is all that shit's going out the door when all hell breaks loose. All right, a lot of you women, you're gonna be sweating the man of the Lord to take away your reproach. And how is that going to take place? Through childbearing. And Lord's will, I get that, but Matter of fact, let me just let me go ahead and get it. Where is it at? We'll try 1 Timothy. I think it's 5. No. Let me try 2. 1 Timothy's 2. And verse 15. It says, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith, in charity, and holiness with sobriety. So again, a lot of you women, you don't want to have children. You've given up the idea of being with a man, being under a man, and having kids, and staying home and taking care of the house, keeping the house in order. As I brought it before, that's an easy job. That's easy work compared to what a man has to deal with. That's easy, and a lot of you don't want to do that. But during that time, again, you're going to be begging the man of the Lord to take away your reproach, that nasty attitude a lot of you women have. You walk around here with that attitude. The same way you women put a lot of hell on an Israelite man. Don't just think an Israelite man, he's gonna just take you, because like I said, during that time, it's gonna be the Israelite man. He's gonna be doing the choosing and picking and rejecting. A lot of you gonna be rejected. Today, in today's age, your power is, it's pretty much your looks and your your private parts. That's pretty much how you rule today. But as a lot of men are starting to wake up, because a lot of men, they're getting tired of this whole feministic bullshit. They're getting tired of it, and it's driving a lot of you women crazy. So, because again, when all hell starts breaking loose and whatnot, during that time, your looks they're not gonna mean a damn thing. And since I pulled it earlier, let me go ahead and in Proverbs 9, and what was that? Proverbs 9:13, it says, a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. So, that clamor, that because like I said, a lot of you women, you like to charm a man with your looks and whatnot. That's how you trap a lot of men up, with your looks, your body parts, sitting on the sink to make your ass look bigger. Again, during that time, all that stuff is gonna be at the door. During that time, you're not gonna be able to, to persuade a man with, your makeup and your looks and all that. Because during that time, you women, you're gonna be stinking. You're gonna be in your having your periods, and because you remember, during that time, you're not gonna be able to, take baths or anything like that. So a lot of you are gonna be stinking and covered in your own period blood, and then all type of just disgustingness. So your looks, they're not gonna mean shit in that day, right? So that's going out the door when when all hell starts breaking loose out here. I mean, your looks are not gonna mean a thing. So yeah, like I said, the men of the Lord, they're going to be doing the picking and choosing in that day, during that time. So, you just better hope that, you get picked, or, you just better hope and pray that, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he sends you a man of the Lord, because, again, that's how a woman's going to make it. That's the only way a woman is going to make it, is through a man of the Lord. If she's under the hedge and protection of a man of the Lord. And a matter of fact, let me get that. And because like I said, during that time, when all hell's breaking loose, only the men of the Lord are going to be protected. And it's going to be made who the men of the Lord are in that day, during that time. So let me go ahead and get Isaiah 13, I think it is. I'm going to start at verse 11. Isaiah 13:11, it says, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease." So the point I want to get at that verse is the pride, the pride. A lot of you women walk around in pride. You're very prideful, very prideful. Nobody can tell you anything. Well, reading on, it says, "And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." But the point is, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, like I mentioned earlier, he's going to do some serious humbling. A lot of you women, you're going to be seriously humbled. So reading on to verse 12, which is the point, it says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." So again, don't just think that, a man of the Lord is just going to be, just right next door, close by, easy to access. Because again, during that time, it's going to be very hard to find a man of the Lord. Because again, it's all geared towards the men. It's all about the man. But again, a lot of you women, you don't want to accept that. You don't want to take that. That's hard for you to digest, right? Says something on this subject. Let me get Isaiah. What is that? 32. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "And a man shall be as in hiding place from the wind." That wind is talking about destruction, because again, all hell is going to be taking place. It's going to be let loose out here. And again, only the men of the Lord are going to be protected. It's going to get so bad out here, as it talks about in Daniel chapter 12. You can read verse 1. It talks about how, during that time, it's going to be so bad. It's going to take spiritual intervention. So these men of the Lord, they're going to be doing all type of miracles and all type of wonders. During that time, it's going to, the men of the Lord, they're going to have these spiritual powers. These real life Supermans and real life, superheroes, and they're going to be doing all type of things. As it says in Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19, when that flood comes in, because Esau, he has all type of technology and all type of things that we can't combat with, because that was his blessing. If you read about that in Genesis, I think it's the 27th chapter. It talks about Esau's blessing was a sword, which is the modern day gun, tanks. But on top of all that, they have all type of weaponry and machinery. They have all type of things that we've never seen before. We can't even think of, and they give you little glimpses of that in their movies that they make. I always bring out the point that Esau, in their movies, they always predictive programming. Just look that up. All right. They tell you in their movies, okay. In a lot of these movies, they have technology. They can see through walls and curving bullets, all type of stuff. All right. We can't combat that physically. We can't physically combat with that. That's his blessing. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI gave him that blessing. But as I quoted in Isaiah 59 and 19, when Esau comes in, when the enemy comes in like a flood, that standard is going to be lifted. And that's where you're going to have these men. They're going to be YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is going to put a spirit on these men. They're going to be doing all type of crazy things, disappearing, teleportation, all type of stuff. So That's why it reads in Isaiah 32 in verse 2. I'm gonna read it again. It says, "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of a dry in a as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land." So, like I said, it's only through a man of the Lord will a woman be protected. And again, when all hell breaks loose, when any type of trouble takes place, more so with a woman, the natural thing, she looks for a man. I'm sure a lot of you aren't going to admit it, but when all hell, any type of trouble, a woman, a lot of times, she naturally looks for some type of man. Um, back in the days, when a woman, she caught a flat tire or whatnot, she waited on the man, she depended on the man or whatnot. But um, again, that was some time ago. But Slocky, bear with me real quick. Stock here. So yeah, I'm gonna jump to. I'm gonna go ahead and read verse 9. It says, "This is a message to you women." It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Careless daughters, give ear unto my speech." Because a lot of you women, man, a lot of you women, you're very comfortable, right? Like I said, a lot of you women, nobody can tell you anything. You just walk around here thinking that you can, do what you want to do, and just this whole "I could do bad all by myself" crap, right? Nobody can tell you anything, right? Well, again, the Lord has a message for you. Reading on to verse 10, it says, "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." And that vintage, it goes into, it basically means, something along the lines of like visual, but basically, during that time, because like I mentioned earlier, your looks, they're not gonna mean shit during that time, right? It's gonna be a matter of what you can provide. What can you do? And a lot of you women, you can't do shit. You can't make garments. You can't cook. You buy McDonald's every other day. You can't raise children. You can't do anything. A lot of you women, and I hate to say it like this, but a lot of you women, it's like you're good for nothing. You can't do nothing but twerk. What good is that gonna do? Like I said, men are getting tired of that. You know, even that's getting boring. Twerking. Okay, you can twerk. What? Can you cook? Can you do something useful? You know. And that's another reason why, a lot of you women, you're not gonna make it, because you can't do nothing. You can't cook. You can't do anything. Well, during that time period, like I said, the man, and more so the Israelite man, the elect men, they're gonna be doing the picking and choosing. They're gonna be putting you through the test, as you women, y'all be putting us through hell, all type of tests and trials, and 30 days, 90 days. Well, during that time, I keep mentioning, the script is going to flip. It's going to be a matter of what can you provide? What can you do for me? So, if you women, if you don't know a trade, you better pick up a trade or something. Start watching YouTube tutorials or something, because like I said, or like the word says, your looks, that's gonna be nothing. That's gonna be worthless, right? But reading on to verse 11, it says, "Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Because like I said, man, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, he has set judgments. You know, there's gonna be things taking place. Um, a lot of you just aren't gonna make it straight up. You know, a lot of you women just are straight up just not gonna make it. But again, and this is all because you just don't want to be under the order of a man. You don't want to be submissive to a man. Because I keep bringing up the point. The role that you have to play is simple. It's easy. But, a lot of you don't want to do it. A lot of you refuse to do it. I said, you women, man, you don't understand what Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi has in store for you. A lot of you women, you're going to be treated like shit during that time. A lot of you women are going to be nothing but commodities, something to trade for, a product of trade. Go to the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, the 26. I was just going over this earlier. Where can I start? Well, I'll read verse 1. It says, "Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled." But, a lot of you women, you don't even know what that being virtuous, you don't even know what that's about. A lot of you women, y'all like picking fights with a man. Y'all like drama. Y'all are like negativity. See, I believe it's in this chapter or the 25th chapter. It talks about how basically it goes in on women, man. And it doesn't have the Lord doesn't really have anything nice to say about you women. And that's why I said, that's why there's not a lot of women in the truth. Because the Lord, man, he doesn't really have a lot of nice things to say. But like I mentioned earlier, you had good examples like Sarah and Rebecca and our foremothers, our righteous foremothers and whatnot. But for the most part, man, a lot of you women, man, you don't know anything about being virtuous. That's damn really obsolete in today's age. All right, you women, you've allowed Esau to put it in your mind to be at competition with your own men, and it's all that's unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. But you could read this whole chapter, man. Like I said, a lot of these chapters, like this 26th chapter, the 25th chapter, man, it goes in on you women. But what I want to get out of here is, I'll read verse 22. It says, I'll read 22. It says, "And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband." So, because again, a lot of you women, and even you wives, some of you, a lot of you that have husbands, a lot of you are just straight up harlots, whores. And like I said earlier, it's coming a time where a lot of you women, you're going to be nothing but commodities. As it just read, a lot of you are going to be counted as spittle. You'll be kind of like spit, looked at like spit. Just look at how you walk. Look at how you walk around. Look how you carry yourselves. I always tell myself, man, I wish I didn't grow up in this generation, because I grew up in a very old-fashioned just a very old-fashioned way. I had grandparents and parents, just very old school, but I feel like, man, like damn, just looking at what I gotta look at now, it's just like, damn, yo. It's nothing but whoredom going on. But again, um, you know, the real men of the Lord, man, we had to see these things. We had to go through these things. Because the same way, like I said earlier, the same way our women treated us or treating us and how they're walking around now, it's the same way we did our Lord. So, so yeah, man. But nevertheless, what was that at? Reading on in verse 24, it says, a dishonest woman contendeth shame, but an honest woman shall reverence her husband. And like I keep saying, man, a lot of you can't even do that. A lot of you love. It's just in a lot of you to just be negative. A lot of you just love picking the fight. You see your man, just sitting down, chilling, minding his business, and you just, it's just in you to pick a fight with him for absolutely no reason, causing all type of strife and just talking all type of shit, right? A lot of you just refuse to reverence, to respect, basically, to respect your husband, to respect the man that you're dealing with. But reading on to verse 25 is the point I want to get. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. So again, during that time, man, a lot of you're gonna be looked at as a dog, and a lot of you even refer to yourself as a female dog. A lot of you call yourselves female dogs. It's amazing how true the scriptures are. A lot of you like to call yourselves, title yourselves the baddest bee and all this other crap. So, reading on it says, but she that is shamefaced will fear YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. But again, majority of you, you're too proud to walk around here shamefaced. You're too prideful. You're too prideful for that. So this is why the Lord has to humble you and bring you down. So, from there, I can go to what is that? First Peter. I'll start at 1. 1 Peter 3:1. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. I'll jump to verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. So, a lot of you women, you claim to believe in the Most High. You claim to be a follower of God, but you don't even reverence your husband. You don't believe in being subjection unto your husband, because again, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI said you love the Lord by keeping his commandments. And part of those commandments are women being in subjection to their man, excuse me. But again, a lot of you, that's how you show reverence to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, by reverencing your husband. Because again, he's the head under YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI. Your husband, he's the head. So, how do you claim to? Because a lot of this, believe it or not, it goes on in the churches of these worlds, especially the Christian church, where a lot of our women are at. A lot of this goes on in the church. These women talking about they believe in God and Jesus, but You know, they're cussing out their husbands and whatnot, walking around here with wonton eyes and whatnot. You know, just very undisciplined, right? But reading on verse 6, it says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. So, again, going back to one of our foremothers, Sarah, the Abraham's wife, you know, she referred to him as Lord. You know, you talk about being virtuous. You know, you read about these women, Sarah, Rebecca, Ruth, Judith. You know, it's like where are these women at today? Again, you women, you act like you're virtuous. You call yourselves virtuous. You think you're worth something. Oh, actually, reading on, it says, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. So again, these great women, our foremothers, these are the women you come from. But here it is, you know, you have these other nations, these Gentile women, these heathen women. A lot of you Israelite women, you complain about you know, Israelite men dating so-called white women and Chinese women. Well, that's because they know how to treat their man. It's a shame because, first you got to understand, Israelites are supposed to be the standard on the earth. We're supposed to set the standard on this earth. So here it is. You all the princesses of the Most High. But here it is. You got these heathen women. They know how to treat their men. Right. That's why a lot of our men, a lot of Israelite men, they flock to the women of these other nations, these heathen women, because they know how to treat their men. And that's why a lot of you complain. You get upset. Jake's dating white women and this and that. They know how to treat their men. It's a shame they know how to treat their men better than the princesses of the power. Like, you don't understand. You women, you don't understand the line of royalty that you come from. But here it is, you got these heathens, these dogs, these less than nothings. They treat their men better than how you treat your men. You know, it's really shameful. But let me see if there's anything else, because I'm thinking about, you know, all these scriptures dealing with submissiveness and whatnot. All these precepts that pop into mind. That's pretty much it on that. Yeah, that's it on that. So from there, I'm going to the book of 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy's 2, and see, this is all you women. This is all you have to do. Just be under subjection under your husbands. Because again, you know, that's what the Lord deals with at the end of the day. 1 Timothy 2, and I'll start at verse 9. It says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. Because what did I say earlier? You know, a lot of you women, a woman, she's supposed to be the glory of her man. But here it is, a lot of you women, you know, you're posting half-naked pictures and nudes on social media. You're wondering why so many guys are in your DMs and messages and whatnot. A lot of you women, you set men up. Because again, here it is. It tells you. It reads in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. But here it is. You got Esau. They teach to be basically not ashamed of your body. I don't even know what they call it, but basically being proud of showing off your body and whatnot. That's against Yahawashi. That's against YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. That's against the doctrine. You're supposed to cover up. You see a lot of those women over there in those eastern eastern countries and those eastern cultures. They get all that. They get pretty much all that stuff. They get it from the Israelites. They get it from us. A lot of those eastern cultures, they practice a lot of their practices. They've gotten from us. Because at one point in time, our women, we were you were walking around, you at one point in time you did reverence your husband. You did walk around with modest apparel. You're covered up. But again, man, it all goes back to this pact with Esau that you got, that you've made, right? And a lot of you don't know, because the scriptures tell you, man, to never trust thine enemies. And Esau is the top of the list. If you read the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, Esau, Edom, he's at the top of that list. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he has enemies. They have enemies. You can read the whole chapter of Psalms 83rd. It tells you all the enemies, which is basically all the other nations, and Esau's the top of that list. But a lot of you women, man, you've made this treaty with Esau, and when has Esau been known to ever keep anything that he said, any of his word? At what point of time has Esau kept his promise? Just look at what happened to the so-called North American Indians, the Gadites. Just look at what happened to them. A lot of you women, you're about to find out. You're about to find out. You made your bed, you gotta sleep in it. And a lot of you women are gonna find out the extremely hard way. I always gotta bring out a point. My words, they don't do justice. I can't express enough the humiliation that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI he's about to bring on you women. Like I said, a lot of you women are just straight up not going to make it. And it's all because you didn't want to be under subjection. This is simple. Being at home, taking care of the kids. You bring up this topic now, and about a woman, staying at home and taking care of the kids. They'd be damn nearly to stone you to death. A lot of you women, you don't even know how to take care of your own children now. It's like I said, you're raising a bunch of mama's boys, teaching these young men how to be sissies and faggots. You teach these boys on how to reason with their emotions, and getting a lot of them locked up. And that's why, like I said earlier, A lot of these men, they're locked up. You know, they're pissed off at their mothers or their grandmothers or whatever the case may be, because like I said, a lot of these men, they were raised by women in some way or fashion. So, when things start getting real out here and these cats start getting let loose, they're coming after you women. You baby, you baby mothers, you set these guys up, you put these guys on child support. A lot of these guys are in jail because they can't pay child support. All the nonsense, all the evil that you've done to the Israelite man, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back around to bite you hard. So you can expect that. That's why, a lot of you, and the thing is, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's so merciful, giving you all this time to repent, to change, to make amends. But a lot of you don't want to do that. A lot of you feel that. A lot of you women feel that you have done absolutely nothing wrong. Oh, and I didn't even bring up the point with the I talked about the boys. Or what about these young girls? You teach these young girls on how to treat a man by the way that you treat a man. You teach these young girls it's okay to sleep around with multiple men by all the guys that you're bringing around to the crib. Teaching these girls it's okay to, cuss out a man or try or even try to square up with a man. This is how you raise these kids. The Bible talks about monsters children, monsters generation. Let's see if I can find that. Might be in an apocrypha, I think. Yeah, that's in the apocrypha. But there's another one. Where is it at? Lamentations. A lot of you women, you don't know how to make home cooked meals. You're buying these kids all type of GMO garbage, and you wonder why these kids have attitude problems. You're wondering why these kids have ADHD and not Alzheimer's, what's it called? Not Alzheimer's. Just all type of problems. Y'all be yelling at these kids and cussing them out, telling them they ain't gonna beat shit like their daddy and all this other nonsense. A lot of you women, you don't even know how to raise your own kids. But let me get the book of Lamentations, the 4th chapter, where it talks about how the Lord compares his men to gold. But if you read down to start at verse 3, it says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to the young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. So here it is, you got these animals. Even the animals, they know how to raise their children. They treat their children better than how you women treat your own children. These animals, it's well known, you come across a mama duck, she's gonna come after your ass. You come across any type of mother in the animal kingdom, it's well known. They're not backing down. Whether it's a human or a predator or whatever the case, she's gonna put her neck out there for her babies. But how many of you women can say that? A lot of you women, you put your children in harm's way, fighting. You're fighting with, while you're holding the baby in one arm, you're fighting with the other arm. You know, you're bringing all these different dudes around. That's dangerous. I know a lot of these children, they grow up getting touched, molested, and they try to consolidate with you, and you just cast them off to the side. Now they grow up with anger issues, and it goes back to why they're in jail. They're locked up. That's why a lot of these cats coming out of these prisons. That's why they're coming after you. So a lot of you women, man, a lot of you women are in trouble, man. All because you didn't want to submit yourselves to the law, statutes, and commandments of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which includes being in subjection to your man. You can go to Titus 2. That's a good one. Start at verse 2. Titus 2:2, it says that the aged men be sober. Or 3, I meant. Titus 2:3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things. What the hell do you think you women are teaching these kids now? Because it damn sure it's nothing good. The scripture said you bring forth monstrous children, man. These little kids, these little bastards that y'all are raising up, man, they're monsters. But reading on verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. This is what a real woman does, or is supposed to do. A real woman teaches the younger women, the younger generation, or more so the younger women, how to love their husband. But like I said, a lot of you're teaching by your actions, your own actions. You're teaching these young girls on how to treat a man, by cussing them out, thinking you could square up with a man, sleeping around behind your man's back. This is what's going on. It says to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. None of this is going on in today's age. Barely. I mean, it's not to say you got a very small remnant of women trying, but for the most part, man, a lot of you women, man, it's just a damn shame. Just a damn shame, man. I think I went to this earlier. Let's see if I read it. 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter. I don't think I did. First Timothy 5 and start at verse 4. But if any widow have children or nephews, let them learn first to show piety at home and to requite their parents. For that is good and acceptable before the Most High. So these are the things that is pleasing to the Most High. Let me look that word up, piety. I looked it up earlier, but it says the quality of being religious or reverent, a belief or a point of view that is accepted with unthinking conventional reverence. Because I was thinking something along the lines of obedience, and it actually says that. Just basically teaching obedience. Teaching. The it already gave examples, but it already gave examples, but teaching the women, the young girls how to be, um, you know, show reverence to the husbands, and things along that line. These are things that are pleasing to the Most High. But again, a lot of you don't believe in this stuff. A lot of you women don't believe in this stuff. But let me see what else it says. Verse 5, now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the Most High, and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day. So a real woman, she's praying all the time. She don't got time to be doing, all this other folly and whatnot. That's why I said, a lot of you women, you better be praying that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI sends you a man, because that's gonna be your only ticket out of destruction, out of this hell that's gonna be taking place. We're coming into some serious times where you're gonna be seeing things and hearing all type of things. You're gonna be witness to a lot of stuff out here, man. A lot of you just aren't gonna make it. You're gonna be seeing, a lot of women, man, they're gonna be getting raped repeatedly by thousands of men. One woman, she's gonna be getting torn a new one by 1,000 men every day, locked up in the basement somewhere where nobody can hear you. And even if they could, they won't give a damn about you, because we read, a woman, she's gonna be counted as spittle during that time. She's gonna be looked at as a dog, a whore, a harlot. These dudes, man, they can't wait for all hell to break loose. A lot of these men, they haven't had, any sexual pleasures, any sexual encounters with a woman for a while. They got a lot of energy, a lot of frustration they want to take out. Who do you think the first thing, the first thing they're going for? You women. A lot of you women are in some deep shit. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man, he has it out for a lot of you women. More so for what you did to the Israelite men. It's like I said, man, a lot of you women, you've turned down a good man for this so-called bad boy character, tatted up, dreads, gold teeth, or whatever the case may be. You turned down a good man for some nigga, So let me finish this out. So yeah, man. The woman's role compared to a man's role is simple. You just be keepers at the house, man. Deal with the kids. But reading on, it says in verse 6, it says, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. A lot of you women, man, you live, you work 2 jobs just to stack up so you can go to the club every weekend. Just a bunch of folly, just a bunch of nonsense. A lot of you are just dead while you're alive. You know. Let me jump to verse 9. It says, "Let not a widow be taken into the number under 60 old, having been the wife of one man, well reported of for good works. If she have brought up children, if she have lodged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Yahawashi, they will marry." So a lot of you, and especially you young girls, man, you younger women, y'all don't want to deal like that. Y'all want to be promiscuous and like I said, go to the club and just devalue yourselves. A lot of you younger women, y'all be off the chain. That's why I always said, man, I've always had this mentality since I was young, man, that I don't want to deal with no young girl. Because these young girls, man, you young girls, man, y'all are off the chain. And y'all take pride in sleeping with 10 men in one day, 60 men in 1 week. Y'all take pride in stuff like that. But again, nobody can tell y'all nothing. Hey, y'all just gonna have to find out things the hard way. Y'all just gonna have to find out the hard way. Again, you younger women, you don't believe in being at home, being under subjection with one man, staying at home, taking care of the household things and taking care of the children, teaching the young girls on how to reverence her husband. Y'all don't believe in that stuff. Y'all believe in Esau's way. Y'all take Esau's methods. Become your own boss. A lot of you want to have fun and settle down when it's by the time you're 40. Then that's when you want to have kids. When you're already washed up. That's why it's actually better for a woman to get a man while she's at a young age. So she's not out there, being promiscuous and being a whore. It's good. It's better for a woman to get married at a young age, to be with a man at a young age. But again, y'all don't believe in that stuff. That's why I said in verse 11, it says, "But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Yahawashi, they will marry." And that word wanton, it goes into, like just undisciplined. You can't control yourself. A lot of you are, you have a man, but you still, Bible talks about wanton eyes. You'll be out with your man in public, checking out other men. So, there's no hope for a lot of you women, man. This is straight up. A lot of you women aren't gonna make it. A lot of you women are just too far gone. Now, granted, some of you, because the scriptures talk about the Lord having mercy on who He has mercy. So some of you, Yahawah Bahashaam Yahawashi, He's gonna show you mercy, and even if you've been out there, being promiscuous, been with multiple men or whatnot, Yahawah Bahashaam Yahawashi, He's gonna show you mercy. But for the most part, the majority of you, man, you're too far gone. You're not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. And, we're living in times where, especially the men of the Lord, man, we're living in times where, like I said, a lot of these men, we're getting tired of this whole feminist, this feminism bullshit. A lot of these men, they're putting hands on you. Because at one point a lot of guys believed in not hitting a woman, even if she was, putting hands on them, laying those strokes on them. A lot of men they still believed in, not putting hands on a woman. Well, like I keep bringing out, a lot of men they're tired. Men are waking up. So I was just watching the video today, man. This girl, man. Some high school kids. Some high school kids. They were this girl was all up in this dude's face. I'm sure a lot of you seen it. It's on World Star, but this girl was all up in the kid's face. They get the kid, just telling the chick to back up. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to hit her. He didn't want to fight her or nothing. Because like I said, Jake just be chilling, man. They just be wanting to chill out. But a lot of you women, man, you like pushing buttons. You like purposely, causing you. It's just in you to be wicked. It's in your nature. You see it. You see a brother chilling, and for whatever reason, you just want to go over there and disturb his peace. And then you want to talk about, you want to talk about a man being your peace. Well, a lot of you women, you just like disturbing the peace. But anyways, this girl, man, she was just, all up in his face. And, for the most part, man, the brother was cool. The kid was cool. Until she put hands on him. She put hands on him. The brother was still, he was still cool, telling the girl, just, trying to back up, trying to defuse the situation. But, she just egging him on. And she started wailing on him. But that's when he said the hell with it, man. And he went Mike Tyson on her ass. We see a lot of things like that, even with that, because, with all these sissified dudes, like this one video, this recent video with this girl, this chick, she was putting hands on the cop, so the cop put hands back on her, and it, people looking at the cop like he was crazy, But that's because a lot of you already, you men, main reason why a lot of these women are so prideful. They let these things get to the head. They let the likes on social media and the attention on social media get to the head. Is a lot of times it's because of you men, you simps. But that's another topic for another day. Because like I said, this all goes back to the pact that the Israelite woman has with Esau, Edom. So, actually, I'm going to read verse 13. It says, "And withal they learn to be idle, wandering from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully." Because again, as it said, it's good for a woman, for her to marry young, get with a man while she's young, while she's hot. You know, because a lot of these girls, man, they're bouncing from house to house. They're bouncing from cock to cock. You know, just all over the place. You know, they loud mouths, just running the mouths, gossipers. You know, this is why they need a man to you know, to guide them. You know, a woman, she needs a man to rule her, to run her, or she'll just be all over the place. So, I quoted this, but let me get it. 1 Peter 3:7. Because again, you know, Esau's put it into the minds of you women that you're greater to or equal to greater to or better than a man. Right? Where it says 1 Peter 3:7, it says, likewise ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. So like I said, like I read before in the beginning, this is why that serpent, which is talking about it's talking about Esau. This is why it came to Eve. This is why it didn't come to Adam. It didn't come to the man. It went to Eve because she's the weaker vessel. You know, because like I said, you know, when shit starts hitting the fan out here, women are gonna revert back to their natural state. It's not in them. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI didn't program a woman to be able to handle stress like a man. You know, whenever there's, you know, things like war and whatnot, it's usually the man that is sent out. That's something for the man to deal with. It's not made for the woman to deal with that type of stress. You know, that's why a lot of women, they're getting gray hairs at young ages. They're bugging out, losing their mind. It's because, you know, she thinks she can do it all on her own. Where, you know, that's more so for the men. You know, you see a lot of these things going on in these these different countries, these riots and whatnot, in these other countries. You don't really see, if at all, you don't see women in the forefront. Typically you see the men, because this is for the men. This is more so about the men. It's all about the men. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's about to give power back to his men, excuse me. You know, you women, man, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's about to work a work. He's about to do something. So, you women, man, you just better pray, man. I keep saying, you better pray that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI sends you a man of the Lord, because that's your only ticket out of here, man. You know, a lot of you women, you're evil. For all the things that you have put the Israelite man through, you know, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he's about to start visiting a lot of you women. So, I felt that I've, talked enough. So I'll just pretty much ended on that. So with that being said, I'm going to give all credit to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Greatmillstone. And with that, until next time, I say shalawam.